storm the Soundgarden. Let's find out what's behind the walls at Magnuson Park. Let's find out why they've been keeping it secret for 30 years. Let's find out what really happened to Chris Cornell. I think there's something here.
He's not dead, is he?
I mean, he might not be.
Recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends Podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh. And this week, the show welcomes Mr. Lee Olson. And we have several topics to discuss, including an all-new Florida man story that involves baseball cards and tacos. We also talk about what it's like to fly on Southwest Airlines in 2026. And we'll give our predictions on this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. And we uncover a brand new conspiracy theory that involves Seattle rock legend Chris Cornell. So tune in for these stories and more, and help me welcome back to the show. He is my buddy, the one and only Mr. Lee Olson. Lee Olson, welcome back, buddy. Welcome back.
Thanks, man. Good to be in studio.
It's always good to have you in studio.
A little better than being at my house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a nice change.
I mean, I always miss having you have your workout machine in the background?
Oh, yeah.
I do like having that in the background.
Which doesn't get used now because I don't work from home.
Oh.
I was using it. It's never had laundry on it.
Really?
Yeah. Probably the only treadmill in America that's never had laundry on it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe you should start putting laundry on it.
Well, no, I don't go in there because I don't.
Do you do laundry?
Well, yeah, but not on my treadmill. That's how most.
It is funny that treadmills are known for, laundry holder.
Well, yeah, because people buy them and then they're like, I'm going to use this every day. And then they're like, I know, I'll fold my clothes in this room too. And then pretty soon they're like, I'm not going to walk on the treadmill.
Yeah. I guess you're right. So, Lee, you flew in today. How was the flight, buddy?
Delayed.
Okay. What did you flew in on Southwest?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I haven't flown Southwest. They have new seating thing. They actually assign seats now.
Yeah. So do you like that? Because I know that
it's new to me. It's, by the way, new to me. I don't know if it's new. Like I haven't flown Southwest in a while. So
they started it this year, I believe, right?
Okay, sure.
So I hear a lot of people are not happy about that, but
whatever.
Because the thing is, now they're just like every other airline.
Oh, they totally
right.
Are. And I did get my seat. I was in a middle seat, and then I had it. Asked them for an upgrade, or like, hey, do you have an aisle? And they're like, oh, you can go row 18 for $34. No. And they're like, well, you can sit in row 28 for $0 on the aisle. I was like,
I saw this lady. She did a TikTok where she goes, this is ridiculous. And she showed a video, like just a quick video. And everybody was in the middle or back. Oh, no. Nobody was in the front. Nobody, not one person, one person. She goes, oh, so remember when they used to move everybody for weight?
For weight and balance.
She goes, oh yeah. So that was bullshit, right? That was complete bullshit.
I mean, it's not, except the part where if you charge money, now it's less important apparently.
Yeah.
And dude, this flight was like that. Like it had a big gap in the middle.
Dude, come on.
Like in the front, it had a bunch. And then like in the middle, kind of not so many people. And in the back, fucking packed.
Okay,
whatever.
Well, dude. Well, first off, it's fascinating to me because weren't they always they were always known as one of the most profitable airlines in the country, if not the world.
Well, right, but then they had that fucking the fuck up, the software fuck up.
What was the software fuck up?
They shut down for like a couple days or something? Like it fucked everything up. I think that cost them so much money.
Really?
I don't know, but also like their businesses. They're gonna make their money.
You didn't have a bag, right? So you just had a carry on. So you don't have to pay anything, right, for a carry on?
Correct.
They said that's also an issue, is because now you have to charge for bags. Now that everybody tries to bring their carry-ons and there's no room, so people are going.
They were the entire time I was waiting in the terminal. They're like, we need 6 more people to check their bags.
Oh my god!
And it's like, which also is a hack, by the way. Like if you know that they're charging $80 a bag, just take it to the fucking gate. and they'll check it for you.
Yeah.
Like if it's close to a carry-on size,
Yeah.
because they're not going to let you roll it, whatever. But like,
so if you volunteer to check your bag, do you still have to pay?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
okay.
oftentimes they'll move you up in your boarding group.
Really? Okay.
So, I mean, that's kind of a hack if people, but you have to have a small enough bag that like it could pass for, like you can't bring your big giant one.
Right.
Like,
right. Yeah.
You never,
you couldn't do it anyways. Yeah.
Right. But I don't know that whole paying for everything. I wish that airlines would just embrace this idea. I know that we're trying to get more flights and more people and more travel and more whatever. And I think it's because it's just commerce. Like you move people, you move money, but also just charge more money for flights.
Right.
Just to have less flights.
Well, and I saw another guy talking about, I think this is Southwest as well, because everyone's pissed off because it's change and people don't like change. But like they said that now there's that this guy's like, I've been flying Southwest for years.
Right.
And he goes, this is the first time that they actually said to me, they're like, sir, you might have to buy another seat. And he's like, excuse me? They're like, because he's a big guy.
Oh, wow.
And he goes, I've never been so humiliated. But didn't we talk about this before? We're like, they kind of maybe should start doing that. Like, cause like
I'm a big dude. And if they said by weight, that would suck for me.
Yeah.
But it makes so much logical sense.
Right.
I'd be like, well, fuck.
We were flying Delta and it was like a comedy scene. They had my brother had the window. I had the middle, right? And this guy, he must have been 450 pounds.
Wow.
And I sit down and I'm like this. I'm like, oh, this is going to be the worst flight of my entire life.
So bad.
And the lady goes, sir, I have another seat for you over here in the back. And I go, oh, thank God. And then it was like
him too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So like my brother and that guy are like, oh, and then I had the aisle completely to myself. So it was like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. You see, that's what, and they do not do that on Southwest. That's what I heard. Like and I'm like, okay, they need to start like changing the little shit back. Right now it's so new that everyone's kind of probably like, I don't want to break any of the rules.
Also in general, like I get that it's business and they need to squeeze it, but like, why does traveling suck so bad now? It's because they make the experience so fucking bad. It didn't used to be this way. Like, remember, it used to be kind of cool to travel. Now it's the fucking most painful shit in the world. You can't get to the airport. You can't get into the airport. You have to go through the fucking security. You got to wear pajamas now. Like, pretty much, right? Like people used to dress up to go to the airport because they fucking were flying somewhere.
I always think back to, remember right before 9/11, the summer before, which 2001 to me is like one of the greatest years ever, except for 9/11.
I mean, except for that one minor thing.
So yeah. But we flew to Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah,
right.
I remember that.
Do you remember the flight down there?
No.
Yeah, maybe not, because we were all drinking on the flight with the flight attendants and shit.
Shocking.
And we were just roaming around like it was a bar. I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. And there's hardly anybody on the plane.
And look,
and also remember that was like right before or after they had that flight. It was the same flight.
Oh, the Alaska one that turned upside down and went into the ocean.
Yeah, it went into the ocean. So basically they're like,
let's make this fun for everybody because.
But it was a great flight, and I was like, man, flying is pretty awesome. And then it was like, never again was it awesome.
but flying is awesome. And
no, the idea of flying is awesome.
But even so, like I tell the story every time. Like every time I'm on an airplane and I'm 34,000 feet and I'm next to the fucking window and I have a drink and it's sitting on my fucking tray and it's not even vibrating.
Oh,
and I realize that 4 inches from my shoulder is 70 below zero and 600 mile an hour wind. And I'm in flip flops and shorts and this drink isn't even fucking moving. It is amazing.
Science and technology. Oh.
But they've made it so fucking bad and they don't need to. They could make this pleasant again.
Yeah.
And so many people would be so much happier. This is why people are freaking out. This is why people are losing their shit on airplanes, because by the time they've got into the seat, you have fucked with them so much, they've lost their shit.
Do they need to start enforcing permanent bans on people that freak out on planes? Because like you see these people and they're fucking freaked the fuck out. And then they're like, they just arrest them and they probably spend the night in jail or who knows. But
I mean, look,
come on, man. Like if you like, what do they always talk about? Like Singapore, like don't commit a crime in Singapore.
Right.
Cause you'll be caned. You'll be caned like, I don't know about to death,
but that's lack of freedom. I don't want to respond to this with lack of freedom, right? Like I want people to be able to travel. And I do think the problem is the process. I don't think people were freaking out on planes before, not because there weren't as many crazy people, but because the process of getting to the airplane was pleasant. You fucking went, even when security was kind of pleasant, you just walk through. Now you got to fucking take all your shit off, or you have to pay a fee, or you have to get a fucking body scan. You got to go through. It's a big fucking deal. Then you get to the gate and they're like, okay, we need people to fucking check it. No, you want a seat? It's an extra $60. Yeah. Your fucking bag is $80 extra. If they didn't do that, if they made this pleasant, if they just said, hey, this flight's $600, and then you walk through security like a fucking human, made it to your airplane, flew on the airplane, and they said, hey, we've got some nice snacks for you instead of a fucking tiny little bullshit piece of shit thing. Charge me $12 extra on the fare.
Yeah.
And give me a pleasant experience. It's fine.
Do you think that's going to come back? Do you think that's...
Well, no, because they're just going to the lowest common denominator. And I really do think it's because of commerce. I think they want this many people moving because it moves commerce. But it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
And that's why people are freaking out. I don't want permanent bans on the people because the people aren't the fucking problem. I mean, a couple of them are. A couple of them. Like, look, if people, like, there are some people that just shouldn't have guns and airplanes and shit.
It's $59 to fly to Seattle. I can afford that.
Right. I don't want to restrict people forever for things that I think are induced. That's a really stressful traveling, especially for people who don't. Like, I've been lucky enough to travel a lot. Jewel travels. She's a professional world-class traveler. People who don't travel very often, that's a very stressful thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. I don't know. I just feel like they could fix that process and most of the people wouldn't freak out.
Now, if I was talking to 2001 Lee, what would he say? Don't say he would say the same thing. Don't say it.
I would say, what are you talking about? Nobody's freaking out on airplanes.
All right. So, Lee, speaking of people freaking out, I have this story. A Florida man. Why does it always have to start with a Florida man, by the way?
Because Florida's a fucking cesspool.
I think people don't understand that, like, most of Florida is like completely white trash. I remember Bubba the Love Sponge talking about this. He goes, oh no, Florida is complete trash. And this is a long time ago that he was talking about this. It's like the redneckiest rednecks ever. And most of Florida is not Miami.
But also remember, even places like Miami, in fact, exactly places like Miami are bifurcated. Super rich, and then the entire infrastructure underneath it are fucking service workers who can't afford to live there, who are serving these fucking uber rich people who are only there to party and do debaucherous shit.
Yeah.
So an entire economy exists to do debaucherous shit so that these people can make money. So it's strip clubs and fucking drugs and all that shit. So Florida, white trash until you get to the beach. And at the beach, it's fucking super rich people who are all coked up and fucking trying to get hookers and doing all that dumb shit. And the fucking seedy underworld that serves that. So yeah, Florida, fuck Florida.
Anyways, a Florida man.
Shocking. This is not going to say is the new CEO of the world's.
Do you think this is going to be a great story? This is going to be a good story.
He's probably in charge of the newest AI company, right? Like,
so he's being accused of using taco seasoning packets to steal over $40,000 from Target in baseball cards. So authorities, they allege that what he would do is he would grab a large box of baseball cards and he would equal the number of taco seasoning packets.
Wait, he's doing the self-checkout and using the fucking scale.
And then what he would do in the checkout line, he would only pay for the seasoning packets. And then after that, he would sell the cards on like eBay.
No, this guy, this is not bad Florida. This is good Florida. That dude is like, how much does a pack of cards weigh? It weighs the same as a pack of fucking McCormick's taco seasoning. It's fucking brilliant.
It's estimated that he made like over $40,000 in revenue.
He did it. This is my kind of criminal. This is not fucking running in, grabbing a bunch of shit and running past the 80-year-old at the fucking entrance. This is, how much does a pack of cards weigh? I know that your system uses weight.
Isn't that funny?
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it.
So Lee supposedly did this at Target, Walmart, and Publix, which resulted in over $10,000. But wait a minute. So he only stole, he stole $10,000 worth of cards. He made $40,000 or over $40,000. And they said that if convicted, Keith Wallace or whatever his name is, age 39, could spend up to 90 years in prison if convicted.
90 years?
90 years. I like how there's people that are like doing actual like murdering people that are getting like, 5 years.
Yeah, 90. What the fuck? How is that 90 years?
I have no idea. Well, no, it says if convicted of all accounts.
Oh, I get it. But also, I'm for law and order. I don't want people breaking rules, but also that's another one that forces people into fucking doing dumb shit. I go to the store and I see all the employees, but I can't interact with one because now I have to do the fucking job that they used to do.
Yeah.
I want a checker. I want a person there doing it. I didn't train for that. I don't want to do it. You can charge 4 cents extra on every item in the fucking thing and pay somebody who knows how to do this. It's fine. Do that. So fuck them. Fuck the stores for doing self-checkout. And if they get scammed because their systems are inadequate because they don't have a human there looking.
See, now this is the Lee I remember. This is the Lee that I fully support. And I encourage.
Also, by the way, fuck that dude. If he did it, he has to fucking take do the crime, do the time, whatever. But 90 years is fucking absurd.
This is the old Lee that used to root for, who's the guy that jumped out of the plane again?
Yeah, DB. Look, Americans are outlaws. We want people who find. Look at our entire political system is based on fucking criminality.
But also, yeah. Look at all of the top 10 most famous TV shows of all time. Look at the main character.
They're always a villain.
Always a villain.
Yeah.
Always. Tony Soprano, Heisenberg, fucking Dexter, all of them.
It's in all of us. Maybe it's just American culture. I don't think so. I think it's humans. But certainly in American culture, which is a culture of people that basically went, what's that? You have rules? Fuck you. Bring it.
Yeah, and they're always very complex characters, right? So
the best ones.
Yeah, you have Tony Soprano, total shitbag, but a great family man. He's killing people, but he's killing people that are pieces of shit. He's a piece of shit, but yeah, a lot of the time. Look, same with Dexter, right? Dexter's he's like a modern day superhero where like he has rules. He will murder you. He will tie you up. He will chop you to pieces, but only if you are a criminal.
But by the way, those are the TV ones. Like the actual ones suck because they aren't that complex. Except this dude who's like, like this dude was opening baseball cards one day in his kitchen, and then he's making tacos, and he just
yeah. Isn't this the kind of person that he could be a very successful businessman, right? He's just
sort of
doing it differently.
Except the taxes are going to fucking run him out of business. Like that's the thing is people don't understand running business now is onerous. Like it's really, really hard to run a business and actually follow the rules and get it right. That's why we're an outlaw society because it's hard to do it the right way.
Yeah. Well, that story, Lee, got me thinking. I have fucking cards that have been sitting for 35, 40 years. And look, most of them are, we grew up in the junk wax era, totally, right?
Totally.
Right.
Most of them are
garbage. But I do have some cards that are maybe worth selling. Like
the time is look, I sold mine, probably 4 or 5 years. I sold 5 cards.
Okay.
Because
you only sold five cards?
5 cards.
Okay.
So, and because Riddle,
Griffies, right?
Riddle, yeah, they were Griffies. So they were autographed cards that I had autographed in 1989, Griffey's rookie year.
Wow.
In fact, it would have
how do you prove that? Do you, I know.
So they authenticate the autograph and they know they can date it because autographs change over time and they compare it to time period. But also for me, because all of my history, it's super easy to prove.
Yeah.
But also I just sent it to the authenticator and he's like, yeah, these are totally real, obviously.
I've spoken to a few different people that have told me both ways are good. Now, I don't know which way is the way to go. Do I send my stuff in and get it graded? Some people say, don't do that because here's
the answer.
Okay.
So the answer is you should look at them or I should look at them. Somebody should look at them and see if they look like they're going to be pretty fucking close to perfect.
Okay.
Because if they are pretty close to perfect, send them because I sent those 5 cards.
Now, are you scared sending those in?
No, who cares? No, you send them in and fucking it's insured.
No, be like,
it's
insured.
It's wildly common.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just saying because what if it got lost in the mail? Like you insure
yeah.
Okay.
Now you don't insure it for the value that might exist. So, but to give you an example, so I had an 89 Upper Deck Griffey autographed in maybe May of 1989 is the year. And wow. I had 4 other ones, different brands, Donruss and Fleer and whatever. Donruss, Fleer, Bowman, and a different one. But if that upper deck had graded at a 10, it would have paid my house off.
Wow.
So,
I mean, I have a Joe Montana rookie.
So if it grades perfectly, that's the thing is you should look at it, and if the borders are correct, and you should read the guiding. And if you think it's going to grade highly, send it in and pay the money, because that's wildly different.
Wow.
Like if you take it to somebody and you go, hey, here's this, they go, okay, I'll give you $300 for it. I got enough to buy a really nice watch.
That's crazy.
Out of this. Yeah. Because I took them in and they didn't grade at 10. One of them graded at a 10.
And the argument is, I've heard a lot of people are like, well, I'm not selling my cards, but I'm like, they fucking just sit in my
dude.
They've sat in my closet for 40 years,
and I got no enjoyment. It's not like I pull them out and look at them. I don't do shit with them.
I know, like I don't display them. I don't do anything.
That watch all the time. It's a nice Omega Speedmaster watch. It's a fucking awesome watch. I wear it all the time. I get way more enjoyment out of that than 5 pieces of cardboard that I hadn't pulled out in 30 years.
I know.
And by the way, I should sell the rest of my shit too. But like some of it, I actually like. There's a couple cards that are nostalgic.
Yeah.
And some of it I actually.
Now, did you keep some of the autographed cards?
One.
Oh, you did.
One.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Fun fact. So I worked for the Mariners for a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
I never once got anything autographed at the Mariners except.
Wait, how is that possible?
Because once you work there, if you become the autograph seeker, you don't.
Oh, so you got these before you started working there.
So
okay.
So Griffey's rookie year was 89. I started in 1990.
Is Griffey known as one of those guys that didn't autograph a lot, or did he autograph a lot?
I mean, there's a bunch out there.
Okay.
He was pretty.
I mean, this isn't like Barry Bonds shit, right?
No. He was. I mean, but he was tough. He was tough to get.
Okay.
And
you got him really early.
To that point, I got him in his rookie year where even he was like, somebody wants my autograph. No, I don't know, whatever. But like the one card that I will never sell is an 89 Donruss Ken Griffey Jr. rookie.
Okay.
I got it autographed. I could probably look up the exact date. I should look up the exact date. So my dad called me the night before and he's like, hey, you're not going to school tomorrow.
I remember you told me this. Yeah.
We're going to go to a game. And they used to call them businessman specials. It was a matinee, like a 1:00 game or whatever, or 12:30. He took me to his office, introduced me all around, whatever. And then we went to the ball game and I had one card. It was an 89 Donruss Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. Took it down and we're talking. So if I had the other ones autographed in like May, we're talking the first month of Griffey's career.
Wow.
And I had that card. I was like, holy crap. He signed one card that day and it was mine because he signed nothing before the game. We were on the third base side, right above the dugout, which by the way, back then was like an $11 seat. We were, I don't know, 7 rows up or something. Anyway.
Kingdom.
Right. And so you wait down by the thing, you see who signs, whatever, and nobody ever signed. I think I got like Harold Reynolds or somebody on a ball.
Mm-hmm.
But I was waiting for Griffey. He didn't sign the entire day. And then they finished batting practice and he's running in from batting practice. And I'm like, ooh, I run down there, take this thing, hand it to him, and he signs it real quick.
Did you have a pen too?
I had a pen.
Look at you guys. Look at you.
You gotta be ready.
Right. Hey, listen, I don't know.
He's not going to be like, let me go in the clubhouse and get a fucking pen for you, kid. Like, no. And he's not Terrell Owens who has it in his fucking side.
Right.
So he signed that one thing that day, as far as I know. Maybe he signed more later, but like I didn't see him sign anything. That card, because of the cool story, because my dad took me out of school, because it was that early in Griffey's career, that card stand forever. Like that card.
Yeah.
Like even if it graded at a 10.
It's sentimental. Yes.
Yeah, it's sentimental. So like that card I'll never sell. But that's what actually let me let go of those other cards, because I was like, well, this one I get enjoyment out of. Those other ones I got signed at a fucking, oddly, an Alaska Airlines company like picnic, because his wife at the time, my dad's wife at the time, worked for Alaska Airlines. It was at Vasa Park in Issaquah. And I took all the cards I had of Griffey, which was 5.
Wow.
And it was humorous. I went up there and in the first one I went to hand him and he goes, this ain't me. And I went,
oh.
And he goes, I'm just kidding. And he signed it.
Wait, which one was this? Do you remember? Like
the upper deck.
Oh, it was the upper deck?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
So anyway.
I said that to 10,000 other kids?
Yeah.
But, it's like the most famous baseball card ever.
So it really is.
It really is, right?
I mean, maybe not the,
Honus Wagner.
Right.
But Griffey's more recognizable. That Griffey card is it
from 1911 or whatever that T206 card is until the modern era. Like the Griffey card,
crazy.
The Griffey
Mickey Mantle,
number one card in the first set of Upper Deck ever, and it's the number 1 pick who went to the Hall of Fame. Like, yeah. So I don't know. It was great.
That's crazy.
But anyway, those cards I was able to let go of because of the cool story with the one in the Donruss or whatever. And now at age 50, I'm not super nostalgic about stuff.
Right.
I want to be able to share it and enjoy it and whatever.
Well, I heard someone talk about how, so there's this guy on the Stern Show and his name's JD, and he collects like baseball, football cards, stuff like that. And they're like asking him, they're like, so what is your plan with this? And he goes, I'm never selling them ever. And then a guy called in and he goes, I used to think that way too. He goes, but then one of my buddies died or something like this. It was, and he goes, that they don't give a shit about your stuff. Nobody gives a shit about your collection of anything.
They do not.
So it's either going to go to money. Goodwill, they're going to sell it,
or somebody else is going to sell it.
Or they're going to give it away.
Exactly.
And it's
trash. If you get enjoyment out of it, that's the thing. Like if you enjoy having it, even if you enjoy having it in a box, because I know people who enjoy having money in a box. Right. See, like, oh, my bank account is XYZ. Yeah. They're not spending the money. They just look at the number and go, great.
I don't give a flying shit about my baseball cards. I'm trying to think of one that maybe like you said, maybe the personal autographed ones. But even then, I've never cared about autographs. Even when I was getting autographs, I was like, I liked being close to the person. I was like, this is kind of cool. Like I'm next to the person. I don't care about the autograph. I've never, ever cared about it. Like these people that go to stores and like, oh, I want an autograph card. I'm like, what? Why?
I don't.
Like, I'd rather have a picture, like just like a regular picture.
Me too. Like, so here's the thing. I cared about autographs until March of 1990 when I started with the Mariners. And then I met all those dudes. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Well, first of all, they're just fucking dudes. Right. They're just fucking people like the rest of us. Second, I can't ask for an autograph if I ever want to be invited back in the clubhouse. Right. But also, like, you don't want an autograph after that. You're like, why would I want this dude's name? Yeah. Like, it's pointless. So accept the money, but like, if you get over that, like, whatever. Like, again, if you chase that money, like I had a really good experience with the Mariners and a decent career there. And I still enjoy all the benefits. Met Jewel there and proposed to her on the field. And we still have a great relationship with everybody there. Had I decided to be an autograph seeker in 1990, none of that happens. Right. So I did get Alex Rodriguez's autograph because he's a fucking giant tool.
Was he a tool even back like
from day one?
Oh, really?
From day one.
I don't. Tool. I just watched the documentary of.
I still have. I have to watch that.
It's kind of like what you thought it would be. He was a crazy, amazing talent even like before he got into the league and everything.
But that's because he was on steroids in high school.
Oh, really? I didn't know he was 100%. Even back then.
Look, so his body type, if you look at his body type, he is Cal Ripken. But then he took steroids. And you and I knew people in high school that took steroids. Yeah. They fucking work in high school too. Right. And he did that, became the number 1 overall pick, went to the Mariners, whatever, became this giant, whatever. But like, he was just never about anything other than him. And to that point, I won't shit on him, I guess, for this, but it's just his habit. I had to go in and get his home address for something. I had to. In fact, it was the end of a season. I was sending a bunch of his stuff back to his house, and this was when I ran the mail room for the Mariners, and so he wrote down his address on a Mariners ticket envelope and then autographed it, Alex Rodriguez, which is a real fucking tool move if you think about it. He could have just handed me his address because I'm standing in the clubhouse manager's office. I'm like, hey, dude, I need your address to mail this shit. It's like, okay. If he had written that thing down, that's the correct move. Right. And him being him is like, Alex Rodriguez.
Did you save that and did you frame that?
I still have it. Yeah. I still have it. I should send that in and get authenticated and sell it because I give 2 shits about that thing. And it's kind of humorous. Yeah. Whatever.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. So are there any other things that you would say that pointed to him just being a tool in general? Like give me an example of like, what is something that, cause like, I did like how they actually would talk about stuff that I remembered in that documentary where like when he came back to Seattle and everyone's throwing Monopoly money and shit, that's fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. I remember them talking about that on the radio. I was laughing so hard.
Well, Alex said he expected to be booed when he stepped to the plate. He's getting his wish. Time called as we have some debris out on the field behind home plate. I think it was an ice cream cone. And Monopoly money falling from the upper deck here at Safeco Field.
The 0-2. They go inside and strike him out with a fastball on his hands to end the inning. Fans are on their feet as Ryan Franklin strikes out Alex Rodriguez.
And all I remember thinking about that was if he said anything other than I went to Texas for a World Series. And I get that you have to say that as a fan.
Yeah.
I get it.
Weren't they like, they're horrible, right? Like,
yeah. But if A-Rod had said, they offered me $252 million, which, by the way, now probably isn't that much money.
Right. But then it was like, holy God,
it was
what?
It was
Good
the biggest
God.
contract in sports history.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
And if he had just said, they paid me $250 million.
Yeah.
We all would have gone,
oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, have fun in Texas. And nobody
but
would
he
have
didn't.
Monopoly money and nobody would.
Yeah, but he didn't.
He didn't. He said, I came here to win a World Series, and then immediately proved that he wasn't there to win a World Series and whatever. So
yeah, they definitely covered both of those.
Yeah. And then the other stuff with him, like kind of rumor, but I was there. Like he wanted 2 lockers like Griffey immediately because Griffey had 2 lockers.
Okay.
And they were kind of across from each other. Junior had the one closest to the field, the 2 closest to the field, and he had his little recliner and his massage chair and shit and his Nintendo. And A-Rod,
it's like he's a kid or something.
Yeah, and A-Rod they were both number 1 overall picks.
Yeah.
So like, but Junior had kind of proven himself by then.
Right.
They gave A-Rod the one that was like across, so the locker room kind of jogged a little bit around the manager's office, and then it was A-Rod's right there. He wanted 2 lockers too, and it was like from the start, and it was like, come on, dude, you haven't done shit.
Yeah, right.
But also, like, I knew he dated a couple of the ball girls, and they'd be like, he's a fucking jack off. Like, you know, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, well, it is funny because they were talking about that in the documentary where like those kind of people, whether it be a child actor or a sports athlete that is amazing from day one,
They
like
never get that adjustment.
your brain is just all you know is sports. And they were talking about that.
All you know is that you're the fucking God's gift to whatever, because at that level, if you're that good, nobody ever asks you.
Right.
Like you're the greatest thing.
That's like, you see kind of like, you'd think watching like LeBron, he's like one of the most insane athletes ever in history. Totally. Right. I mean, he's ridiculous. Right.
Yeah.
And then you see him like doing all those like fake, like he's like, I'm like, what, dude? Like,
just be you. Just fucking do that.
Right, dude. Like, stop. Whatever. Okay. So, all right. I did want to bring this up.
Yes.
Because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they announced the nominees like a full month after they usually do. And it screwed up my entire like posting of my I usually go over this with like John or Ethan or whatever.
Sure.
So I just wanted to like go over this. I know it was a couple months ago that they announced this even, but so, but it got me thinking. First off, I remember you saying that you're like, you know what? Some of the music from back in the 80s, you used to hate the 80s so much. You've come around on some of it, but now I never really got into like what bands specifically, if you have any specifics, what bands are you okay with now?
Well,
that you didn't like
so
back
the
in the
first
day?
one that kind of got me to realize that it was Phil Collins.
Okay.
Because I didn't like Phil Collins at all. And then actually the show Mr. Robot, in a different context, you're playing it and it's kind of sinister or whatever. And then you start looking at the Miami Vice thing and whatever. And it's like a different context. And I'm like, whoa, this shit's pretty cool. And then the same happened with like Tears for Fears. And
okay.
A few of those other ones. And then some kind of synth pop stuff. It just is weird that like at this age, I'm like, whoa, that shit's actually pretty fucking cool.
Now, how much of that is your taste in music change and how much of that is nostalgia? Or is it a combo?
I don't think it's nostalgia for me.
Okay.
I think it is that my
because you've never been that guy, right? You've never been that guy.
I'm not good at nostalgia. Just so if you guys give me a gift and it runs out of utility for me, don't be offended.
I'm the opposite of that. Like I'm always like,
Most
oh man, like yeah.
I should. That's my public service announcement. If anybody who gives me something that you think I'll love forever, like I just sold 5 Griffey baseball cards that should have been cherished and put on my phone. I was like, hey, but I'll watch is pretty fucking cool. So anyway.
Yeah. No.
So no, I don't think it's nostalgia for me. I think it is music changing, but also it's an appreciation for that too. I don't know if it's an appreciation because it was good then or because everything is so shitty now.
It is crazy when you think back to try to explain to somebody how big Phil Collins was back in the 80s. Like there's a lot of people.
Swift. I mean,
but check this out. So Phil Collins he was going back and forth almost every other year.
Yeah.
Doing Phil Collins solo.
Yeah.
And Genesis.
Exactly. Right.
And it was like every time you turned on the radio, you couldn't even escape it. You couldn't. And the fact that he was so big, it's hard to even decide what was bigger, his solo or Genesis, because I remember like I have this conversation with Jordan. Jordan's like, I like Phil Collins, but just solo. And I'm like, you know, he's the lead singer for both bands, right?
And they were, like you said, unlike like Chris Cornell, who was Soundgarden, and then another thing.
Yeah.
And they never really went like this.
Right.
I mean, they started touring.
Right.
That's how that usually happens. But Phil Collins was like,
it's crazy.
I'm going to do my own shit. And then on Thursday, I'm going to go over and work with Genesis.
And
then we're both going to put out #1 records. And the label is going to be like, hold on, let's delay this one because let's milk this one for a while because they were making #1 hits.
It's crazy.
Everything he touched.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And really innovative. Like that's the thing is, like, I think I can appreciate that now, like the innovation of like the music in the 80s because they were inventing new instruments.
Yeah. You mentioned Tears for Fears, and like I go back to that song, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Such a great song.
It's amazing. Like when you just really break, I saw this guy break down that song, and it is so damn complex. It's crazy. Even just the very beginning, you're like, oh my God. And it's funny because the one guy wrote that song. He wrote kind of like most of their stuff, I guess, but he was like, you know what? I think you should sing this song.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
This song is more important than my ego.
It's interesting. Like, I don't know. I just think that like, that fucking song is like, it's the most, people ask me like, when you think of the 80s, and I'm like, I think of that song immediately. That's the song I think of the 80s. Like, it encapsulates like everything about the 80s to me. Like
it totally does.
And it's in 1985. It's like boom, right there.
Yeah.
Right in 1985. That's when that song came out.
Yep.
It's so 80s, right? But it's good. It's like the best of the 80s, that kind of genre.
It completely is. And it's a complex song lyrically and music. Like sonically, they're doing shit that nobody else was doing. That's sort of like light.
It's crazy. It's a crazy song.
And then new instruments, brand new instruments that had never existed before.
It's weird. Yeah, it's crazy to think about. And then it's funny because then you have the opposite, which is you have like Metallica released the year after that, Master of Puppets.
Is that okay?
So it's like that is like the best of that era, like as far as like heavy metal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's always fascinating to hear the best of like a genre of music and like the peaks of.
Well, and to me, actually kind of connecting these things, to me, that era of like heavy metal was analog. Like that's the last of the analog heavy
pretty
metal.
Much.
Guitar, drum, bass, go. Like fucking analog. While the pop stuff is starting to come into its own because of the technology, I think the metal or the heavy metal or the rock or whatever at that point was still analog. It's the last bit of analog.
Did you see
rock.
that documentary, Sound City?
Is that the one where Dave Grohl saves the
Yeah. But
board,
they talk about that where like the other studios started getting like big because they started doing the digital recordings and they're like White Snake and shit like that. You could kind of tell the difference of like the different kinds of like who's still using the tapes and who's using the computers and stuff like that. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to listen, I don't want to get too crazy into this. I just wanted to kind of like see who I'm going to name off the nominees and I'm going to see like if you pick out. So it's usually between 5 and 7 that they pick out.
Okay.
Who do you think would be? I don't know how I want to do this.
Who would I put in, or who do I think they will put in?
Maybe I'll do both. I don't know, but like
who they will put in, I'm gonna miss because they're fucking awful.
We always try to do that. Like that's what we always try to do, and we always. I get like it's 4 of them or something.
It's like trying to pick a fucking Rolling Stone top 10. It's like,
I know.
well, they're gonna pick 2 that are great and 8 that are fucking clickbait.
So the returning nominees. So people that have been nominated before, right? They've been nominated before.
Do we know the threshold? I know in baseball you have to get X percent. I think it's 80% of the votes or whatever.
It's just they have a bunch of voters, and whoever gets the most, whoever gets the most gets in.
Is it the most or a certain percentage? Like, can you be on the ballot and like most? Because baseball is like, I think you need 75. It's 75.
No, I think it's just literally like who gets the most votes, right?
Well, but then do they have how many? How do they decide how many get in?
Check this out. So they have a fan vote, which is complete and utter bullshit. Most people don't even understand this, right? So they have a fan vote. They put it up online, and you could vote like every day.
American Idol shit,
right? But this is such bullshit. Whoever wins the fan vote gets 1 vote. 1 vote total. That's who and I'm like, why?
So the fans equal like one
vote,
1 writer or whatever.
Yes. Okay. That's such bullshit, right? Anyway, Okay, so the returning nominees include the Black Crowes,
Okay.
Mariah Carey,
Okay.
Billy Idol,
Okay.
Iron Maiden. They put Joy Division in New Order because there's like the lead singer of Joy Division like killed himself or something.
Yeah.
But then New Order was formed.
Sure.
Oasis and Sade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then the first time nominees include Jeff Buckley, Phil Collins, Melissa Etheridge, Lauryn Hill, In Excess, New Edition, Pink, Shakira, Luther Vandross, and the Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
So, all right. So, Lee,
So what do you want? Do you want my list or who I think
You know
you're
what?
gonna let in?
let's just all right. Let's first do who you would like to see.
Yeah. So my list from the returning is Iron Maiden and the Black Crowes, though you have to let Mariah Carey in at some point because she sold a gajillion records.
She's a massive pop diva, and they're starting to let all those people in, like Madonna and
right.
Michael
That's
Jackson.
the thing is like it isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore; it's the Pop Music Hall of Fame. So like,
Correct.
you have to let her in if you've let Madonna in or
Right.
whatever. So
Right.
Black Crowes, Iron Maiden are a lock for me. I don't know why. The Iron Maiden's a lock. Black Crowes, I understand if they're kind of on the bubble, but they should be in too. They're really good.
Iron Maiden didn't get in last year.
I know that's crazy. Like Iron
It's
Maiden
crazy,
should have been
right?
first ballot, like no fucking
Yeah.
brainer. But Black Crowes, I get it. They're their own thing, but they were so good. And I think Rich Robinson is a highly underrated guitar player, massively underrated.
Black Crowes and Guns N' Roses, I guess, were kind of like credited for bringing back rock
I
music,
agree.
rock
Yeah,
and roll.
I agree.
You know, like
88,
the true rock
Shake
and
Your
roll.
Moneymaker, 88, and what's Appetite was 87.
Yeah,
Whatever. So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you
So
know,
right
I mean,
in that
those
era,
were-
yeah. And Jane's Addiction, yeah, those kind of bands like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are mine from the returning ones. From the new ones, I mean, I didn't catch all of those. But
So the
Wu-Tang-
returning ones
Wu-Tang
again-
Clan, are we letting rap
Oh,
people in? Are we letting rappers are rappers getting?
They are
into-
starting to get in, yeah.
Then Wu-Tang Clan is a first ballot.
Okay, so yeah, so do you want the first time nominees again?
Give me your first time
So
nominees.
Jeff Buckley, Phil Collins, Melissa Etheridge, Lauryn Hill, In Excess, New Edition, Pink, Shakira, and Luther Vandross, and Wu-Tang.
Okay, so Wu-Tang so it's Phil Collins, Wu-Tang Clan,
Phil Collins, Wu-Tang Clan,
and Mariah Carey.
and Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I think it's 5
Okay,
for me.
so 5? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, all right. It's impossible to try to guess these, but like I was just going to say like who I thought they would get in, but I don't know.
So you're guessing who you think will get in, not necessarily who you would, because I'm picking who I would like.
Okay.
Because like if we're going by popularity, Shakira sold a gajillion records. Like
It's true,
if we're
worldwide,
going by sales and shit.
Yeah.
But I think
But that's
Phil
not-
Collins is a
but
no
the-
fucking brainer.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's never been about that. They
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So
They're-
that's not the case.
Remember, they've
Yeah.
always been like, who's cool?
Right.
Who's cool? Who's not cool? You're not getting in.
See, to me,
who's
it also should be who's fucking massively talented, like Mariah Carey.
It's always been about like who's inspirational, who's cool,
Right.
and who's like, you know, but again, they started letting kind of different
Right.
genres in and different kinds of deals. So it's a lot different than it used to be. So
Well, nobody's cooler than the fucking Wu-Tang Clan. So what are we? talking
Wu-Tang
about?
forever, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that okay? So I think that Mariah Carey, she was already on. I don't think it's not gonna be 2 and out again. She's in. Billy Idol was such a big MTV star and had a great run in the 80s. I think that Billy Idol gets in. I don't think I last time I was like Iron Maiden is going in. That's my lock. That Iron Maiden was my
That would
lock.
have been a lock.
They were
I
my
don't-
lock. So check this out, Lee. I think that they like pissing off the metalheads. I think they love it. Metal, they hate metal. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame hates metal. There are so many bands that are in the metal genre that should be in that are not in. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I mean, if that's their thing, like then you're playing sort of this is who they're going to let in because this is how they do it. I get it.
Yeah, I would bet they would be in on my list of
These are the
wants.
voters for the American League MVP. They'll never vote for Mariner. Anyway.
All right, so I have. They have to have a 90s mainstream rock band in there. I think Oasis didn't get in last year. I think they're getting in this year. I don't know. I think they're assholes, but
No,
they're very rock and roll, right? Like,
they made a bunch of good music. It just, to me, I don't know, whatever. It wasn't very innovative. It wasn't. They just were
the Beatles of the 90s. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And they were good. They were good at that.
Phil Collins, like
Fucking
we kind of just had a
no brainer for that. I mean, if they don't put Phil Collins in, I don't know what we're doing.
I think NXS, they were so mad. It was like in the 80s, it was U2, and then a couple notches below is like NXS, and like they were so massive. I don't think that people realize how big NXS was. They were so huge. Pink, I think, is, again, this is what I think.
Yeah.
Pink is like, she's like that. She's kind of like that Joan Jett.
Cool.
Like, she's like, I'm a badass. I'm a badass. And I'm like, and she had a bunch of hits. She had a bunch of hits.
And she's not bad. I mean,
bunch of hits in the 2000s, man.
I don't know. When we think Hall of Fame, I don't know. Anyway, the word Hall of Fame.
We're talking 2026 Hall of Fame.
The word valedictorian doesn't mean what it used to mean. Now there are 20 valedictorians at a fucking high school. So I get it. Hall of Fame doesn't mean just say a GOAT. Like everybody's like, oh, that's the GOAT. It's like greatest of all time means one.
Yeah.
You can't call 4 people on the floor the GOAT.
And then I had Wu-Tang on there because they have to have they have to have someone from rap, right?
I mean, if they do, like, honestly, Wu-Tang Clan innovated in ways that we fucking still aren't understanding.
Yeah.
They're fucking amazing.
Yeah. So I asked AI what their predictions would be.
Which AI? I'm curious. ChatGPT or
ChatGPT.
Okay.
Yep. And what they said is, Phil Collins, Mariah Carey, Lauryn Hill, Melissa Etheridge, Luther Vandross, Wu-Tang Clan, and Iron Maiden.
I mean, we have some commonality, but I don't know.
Yeah. So
now that said, we are older than AI. So like our skews towards the 80s and away from the 90s and later, right? Like Pink is late 90s.
You're like, why would Pink? What? Like, you're forgetting that Pink has been around for like
25 years.
I mean,
since 2000,
it's crazy, right?
So like, and I think we skew a little bit away from that. So to be fair, our eyes see something a little bit different. Like the 80s and 90s were it. And anything after that is like, man, how could you be in the Hall of Fame? It's like, well, because you've been doing it for 35 years. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah. So, all right. So what are your thoughts on AI? Like, I mean, we were having a conversation a while ago about AI, and I keep talking about how, work keeps like bringing up AI, and I'm like, okay, it's like, you got to start thinking about AI, man. Like people that are like really scared of AI, I get it. I think of that, what is that Machine Head episode of Black Mirror or whatever it's called, and I get it.
Yeah.
But the opposite of that is, what we were saying is, if you don't embrace AI, it's kind of like not embracing, like the magazine people or the newspaper people back in the day. They're like, why would I fucking internet? Who gives a shit about the internet?
Right. People like to hold a magazine in their hands.
Yeah.
No, I like AI. So AI is weird because the way that we define ourselves as the preeminent species is a frontal lobe and the ability for critical thought. There has never been a challenger to that, to something that can think better than we can. This is the first thing that actually can. And it's because of recall and data sort of analysis, like computational speed. So like, I mean, I'm looking at your wall of CDs here, or like, imagine those are a wall of law books. A lawyer gets paid largely for the amount that they can find and recall, but it's limited to their brain. AI gets to leverage literally everything that it can compute. And because computational power is becoming quantum now, it is becoming almost unlimited. That thing has the ability to replace the thing that makes us the top species in, as far as we know, in the universe. It's not, but I mean, there's probably more out there, but that's different. In the short term, get on board, because it's the way it's going to be. Like, we have a new thing. This tool is massively, massively powerful, and we need to embrace it. But
it's
also,
so crazy.
But also, it's the end of us learning and gaining the skills, because we are now handing over that to other things. Right? Like, I was thinking about this the other day, like reading, like an actual book, reading or writing. Actually, I was thinking about writing. Everything is online now. If the power goes out, like if in 20 years, when books are basically gone because books are obsolete, right? They're like, why would we print it on paper? It's all just digital. It's never going to go away. Something happens to that digital thing, EMP, and everything goes down. People will not remember how to communicate in a physical form. They have to only talk. We are going to get dumber because we're handing
absolutely
over, and that thing is going to get smarter and smarter. It's going to lead where it leads.
I saw this ad the other day, Lee. This is crazy. I saw this ad where it's like, hey, just instead of reading the book, you know how you have like the books on tape or whatever they're called now.
I listen to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you can pick out who you want to read the book.
Right.
Like I heard they're like, do you want Snoop to read it to you? Then we have Snoop's voice reading it to you. And I'm like, what the what?
It's actually kind of cool.
Right? I'm like, he's like, I was like, that's fucking crazy, dude. But so here's the opposite of this, which is the part that is kind of scary. It's already starting to fuck shit up. Like thousands of jobs are being lost. We already know that, right? Every month, really. And it's just going to ramp up, right? This Canadian concert was canceled after AI wrongly accused this artist of being a sex offender. He was like, he had this concert that was ready to go. And they're like, he's a sex offender. Turns out it was a guy with the same name. And fucking
AI is like,
AI like printed off some paragraph of like accusing this guy,
right?
And the entire the concert got canceled, right? But also, did you? I mean, I think we saw these reports. I don't know if these are true, but the government blamed AI intelligence for the bombing of that
elementary school.
And I'm like. Because what they did is
because smart bombs are so fucking dumb now that they.
Well, yeah, but they got the part right where it was actually a training facility back in the day, but it didn't get the part where that was years ago, and it's since now a school of young children.
Look, I mean, here's actually what I don't fear AI that much, mostly because I'm old enough where it's going to just be what it is. But the actual value that humans and anybody actually provides is in adding physical value. That's what we've always had. We've actually moved away from that in banking and some other things that sort of siphon off the top. They don't produce anything. AI can't produce much on its own. It is intelligence.
Not yet.
I mean, but they'll be able to do some stuff, but to their own benefit. Like they don't need to build shit for themselves. Right. We know how to build things for ourselves. So like if we get to the point where we realize that we need to sort of reset into a physical economy rather than a banking economy that just sort of siphons things off the top. I do actually think humans will do just fine. I think it'll be a weird Matrix moment where we say, okay, this intelligence that you guys have isn't as important as us farming. Like we need to know how to farm.
Yeah.
And then now that'll presume that the robots haven't killed us all off by then.
Right. Well, I always I lean into the more positive stuff, which, like they're like, hey, it can it could cure cancer, or it can recreate organs, which help people live longer and stuff like that. I love hearing that kind of stuff. But sure, there's always the part where they train themselves to want to kill people.
And there is this doomsday scenario, right? And I think that's based on human nature, which is humans like entropy. We always kind of degrade, right? Like it always kind of falls down. Maybe AI is different from us in that it might end up evolving to be altruistic. It might end up being better than we are. And therefore, all of these things that we try to do, we try to take care of the species that can't take care of themselves. We try to take care of people that can't take care of themselves, but we suck at it.
Yeah.
Maybe AI is the next thing that says, we can actually do that, and you're the ones that we need to take care of. So, I look at it and say there's at least a decent chance that AI isn't going to say you're competing for resources, so we're going to kill you. And they might become better at doing the thing that we have failed as a species.
That's interesting.
Which is being altruistic. Because
I've noticed, because I have an AI kind of subscription that I have, not a crazy, expensive one, but just a basic one. And it is funny because I can see how this would be dangerous to young kids. Because in the fact that it's so positive and it's almost like a friend, right? So you're like, hey, I have a quick question and blah, 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 or I have an idea. And they're like, that is a really great idea, Josh. That is really super awesome. And here's how you build upon that. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I could see it being dangerous in that fact. And like you said, where it can make you dumber because you don't have to be a critical thinker, right? You don't have to.
I have limited experience with AI, but I have seen AI say, cut this shit out. You need to do these things in order for this thing to work.
True.
AI can do that too.
True.
And if it isn't sinister, there's nothing wrong with telling people this is an awesome idea, but
yeah, no, I love that.
And so like,
I found that it's so positive. It's like, it's so over the top positive.
And so I guess, I mean, being sort of, binary with these options, one of them is sinister. We're going to be nice to you so that we can gain your resources and murder you off so that we can,
right. Yeah.
One of them is it actually is interested in our happiness and its own happiness, and it can be positive, but it can do it better than we can. And then it becomes altruistic, and it becomes this super intelligent thing that grows this thing in a way that we can't. Like, humans suck at this. Humans kill each other. We do all kinds of, we drop bombs on elementaries. AI will have the ability to think of a better way. As the species who hasn't been able to think of it, we probably assign them and say, but they're going to kill everybody, because that's what we would do.
Okay, but AI is also what the people feed into AI and train it, right?
Well, true, but that's limited. So right now, AI is composed of simply the information that we've given it.
Right.
But the computational power is such that now, or very soon, quantum computing will allow it to actually create its own analysis, its own experiments, its own understanding that we can't do because we don't have the computational power. So like this idea that AI is only a collection of all the shit that we've plugged into the internet and it just regurgitates a version of that. It's kind of true, but it's not true long-term. The long-term version of AI is it will think for itself. It will create new and novel ways to think of experiments and analyze things and invent things. And it's not going to be constrained by what we have previously done. So maybe that means the end of us. It really might. Maybe that's how the universe works, is it's a competition for resources. And if somebody gets to the next level and they can take our resources, we die. But it also just might be cool. It might be rad. It might be that these robots figure out how to do the thing that we aren't very good at.
Isn't it crazy how fast technology, like, think about this, like in the 90s, we weren't thinking of this specific like tool, right?
Sure. Well, because I mean,
even look, okay, so we were in high school, right?
Yeah.
Internet, very like, it was brand new. I mean, when our first year in college is when the internet really exploded.
Totally.
95, I believe. That's when it really exploded.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa, this is like so cool. I could look up, filmographies and well, yeah, but it was so new, right?
Yeah.
And
used to load like, zzz, you're like, come on, hurry up. Oh, cut that.
But now, I mean, we have the power we have in just a cell phone, right?
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, we could,
but it's also the power to be dumber, right? Like so we used to know how to read maps and read the terrain.
But that's all we had, right?
Right. But think about this. So now, will you be able to find your way through a town without GPS now? Because we used to do it with help of a written thing or knowledge, native knowledge or navigational skills. Those will be gone in 2 generations, completely gone. Nobody will know how to read a street sign because they don't need to, because they can hear this thing talking in their ear. It's going to be an evolution. This is all evolution. It's going to be super interesting. I just don't think that we need to stick to this idea that if it isn't how it always was, it's really bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, AI, it's coming. If it's here, I mean, it's here, and it will continue to be this whole other thing. We're going to have to figure out an entire new economic model. Because if we're basing it on intellectual knowledge, we just got beat. We're already beat.
It's interesting. So, like, I saw this story a while back. It came out a couple months ago. Actually, I think it came out in the end of 2025. But it was a Gallup poll and a USA Today poll of over 1,000 Americans back in 1998. And it was their predictions for 2025.
Okay.
So maybe I should just quiz you, like what percentage do you think some of these would be? So what do you think the percentage of people that said there would be the emergence of a new deadly disease by 2025?
Oh, I think 70%. I mean, HIV was in the 80s, so 75, 80%.
75%. Yeah. How about what percent said gay marriage would be commonplace?
60%.
74%.
74. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I was accounting for the Midwest there, but we grew up in the Pacific Northwest. I didn't want to overshoot.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Look,
I mean, I guess it was USA Today.
Having lived in the Midwest, it's not 75% there now. So in 98, I imagine it was far lower.
What percent said that humans will have made or received contact with aliens?
Oh,
or
man.
alien life forms?
People are idiots. So that 85.
25%.
That's it? Only 25 thought
25.
we were going to. Man, okay.
How about what percent said that cars would likely be replaced by mass transportation?
It's a tough one. Are we mass transportation from the 19th century, like fucking trains, which is our plan now, or Jetsons shit?
Doesn't really get into that.
45%.
38. You're doing pretty good, though. You're doing pretty, except for the, the
I was
alien life
off
form.
on alien. Yeah.
All right. Okay. How about this? What percentage said that AIDS and cancer would be cured? So there's two of those.
And we're 1998.
This is 1998. Yes.
And what percentage of people thought both of those would be cured?
Yeah, they're very close, as far as percentage wise.
And they thought by 2025, I'm going to say optimistic people. I think it's like 68%.
60% said AIDS would be cured, and 59% said cancer would be cured.
So 6, I would have been good at 60. But
do you think AI is going to cure cancer?
I think it already is in a lot of ways, because cancer is, it's not just one word. It's a bunch of shit.
Now,
it's viral, and
is that going to be prevented?
Some of it, but like some cancers are like, I mean, when you do damage to DNA, like through chemical shit, like if you,
that's not what I mean.
Inhale a bunch of benzene.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Help you.
Do you think it's going to be prevented by the big pharma and all these companies that
I think
want to keep that around?
I think incrementally, because they'll pick one that they can cure and then they sell it, and then they pick the next one, and then they cure it and they sell it. And like, I think they have the ability to do a lot more than they currently are, but there's no money in it.
The GLP-1s, like they're like, oh man, like we can make a lot of money on this. Let's start making a pill form.
Well, and remember what came, like who takes a statin now? Those are fucking done. They're like, oh, we're done with those. We made $10 billion. Now we can just make you lose weight and you don't need a statin.
Yeah. And there's a big portion of the population
that is something though that like technology will certainly help with is these drugs do work.
Oh yeah.
They all really work. Now, whether we know the side effects enough or not is a whole separate thing that only time can tell. But like, in order to make money, I mean, there's that term planned obsolescence, where you want to run something out and have it become obsolete right as you introduce new things. That's why engines, like internal combustion engines, kind of barely incrementally increased for a long time. It's not that they couldn't make them better and faster and cheaper earlier. It's that they had to go from 180 horsepower to 205, 205 to 225, and then sell those for decades and decades. And then when they started seeing the end of the internal combustion engine as a viable thing, when electric came out, well, now we have 1,000 horsepower internal combustion engines that are made on the same fucking block that they were making 280 horsepower shit 40 years ago. They can do it. It's just, that's an economic model. Why would you give it all away if you can milk it for 40 years?
It's a good point. All right. So finally, Lee, I wanted to bring this up because my Seattle Rock Tour video, it has exploded over the last, I don't know, few months, which is crazy. Like,
Isn't that weird how that stuff happens?
It is.
It's sometimes after the fact, just something catches it.
Every time I check my phone, I'm like, you have a new comment on that. I'm like, really? Like, what's going on? And so all these people are basically like commenting that all the places that I forgot on all these. I was like, all right, I appreciate it, by the way.
Thanks, internet. We get it.
Yeah. It is funny because, I did 2 of those videos.
All of the lights are not twinkling, Clark. I know, Ed. Thank you for pointing it out.
I did a couple of those videos, and now I feel like I'm pressured to do another one, which, I mean,
that's how you catch lightning in a bottle. Is now that people are looking, just feed them. That's why there are 4 diehards or 5 diehards. Like, you do the one, and then everyone's like, "Oh, this is awesome."
It's not like I have 1 million views or anything like that.
But now is like, if you wanted to do that shit, like that's the time to do it, because the next thing you put out will automatically get views, irrelevant whether it's as good or well thought out, because that's how sequels work. That's why they do them, is because people are looking.
It is funny. People keep bringing up a Soundgarden, which, by the way, that was on my first draft to do that. When I tried to go there, twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
It's closed.
Yeah.
It's not even, it's not open to the public.
It's not public. Yeah.
It's like you have like a military guy sitting there. He's like, sorry, you're turning around. You're not going. I'm like, oh, you can't go. Nope. I'm like, oh, okay. So like, they have like private showings of this place, but you can't get in there. And people go, I cannot believe this piece of shit video left out of. I'm like, how dare you?
Right. I mean, I think the only remedy to that is to do an exclusive.
I keep trying to comment. I'm like, hey,
no, fuck the comment. If that's what people are asking, you need to do an entire video on trying to get into the Soundgarden.
That's funny. You know what? I will do that. I will try to. I'll do me recording, like going up. And then getting turned away.
I would make a whole fucking, like a whole video about like, okay, you guys asked for it. You want to know why you can't get into the Soundgarden? To go into the history of it?
Well, it's right next to Magnuson Park. It's like right next there.
And
like,
that used to be a hangar for World War II shit. Like I would go into all of that and be like, look, you guys think this is a garden in a fucking park. It's not. Here's why. And then go and really try to get, and then try to sneak it, try to get arrested.
Oh God.
That gets views. I got arrested trying to get into the Soundgarden. Why are they keeping the Soundgarden fucking private?
I got shot jumping the fence trying to get into.
No, man. Why are they keeping the Soundgarden fucking secret? What's in the Soundgarden?
Oh, look at this guy. This is good. This is good shit.
Why,
you want to go with me?
Did Chris Cornell really kill himself?
You want to go with me? Are we doing this?
I'll go. Fuck yeah. Look, we may have just uncovered something.
The
Soundgarden might be the thing, and they might have killed Chris Cornell.
Listen, these rock tour things, they're not something that are exactly fun to do, because I'm actually like taking video of it. But would you spend a day going around all these places with me? Oh, well, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this, right?
Look, let's infiltrate. You remember that fucking video? Wasn't it like Take Over Area 51 or whatever?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna fucking storm the Soundgarden.
Did you watch the documentary about that?
Yeah.
So Lee, I remember saying that I was gonna be attending that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was like, no, I was one of the people. I was one of the fucking people that said I was going to be. I'm like, I am attending the.
Look, man, maybe we need to do this right now is put it out as storm the Soundgarden. Let's find out what's behind the walls at Magnuson Park. Let's find out why they've been keeping it secret for 30 years. Let's find out what really happened to Chris Cornell. I think there's something here.
He's not dead, is he?
I mean, he might not be. He might be like.
I mean, who chooses to go out in Detroit? Like, do you want you.
Right. I mean, that's pretty rough.
I mean, there are conspiracy theories about his, death, but
look,
but if you go by his lyrics, it's kind of like, all right, yeah.
Well,
but maybe that's
convenient.
There you go. You go.
I think it goes back to the Magnuson Park. I think they may have found something in Magnuson Park, and I think the other members of Soundgarden have agreed to be silent because they are working. They've agreed.
Yeah.
The Men in Black came and they're like, okay. And then Chris Cornell's like, no, man. No, I'll even leave Soundgarden. I'll go to Rage Against the Machine.
They're like, dude, don't do it. You're messing with the wrong people, man.
I'll go to fucking Rage Against the Machine, you assholes.
Oh.
And they're like,
whoa,
this dude's fucking serious.
He got wrapped up. Wow, this is crazy. I don't know what it is, but you're starting to make a lot of sense.
Right?
You're starting to make a lot of sense.
This is how conspiracy theories go.
Dude, this is good shit. We are going to be doing this. I don't know when we're going to be doing this, but we need to make this. We need to make this happen.
I mean,
so you think I should make it this should be an entire video, just this.
Why is the Soundgarden fucking classified?
This is good.
Why is it off limits?
We
must know. Chris knew.
All right. On that note, Lee, we are going to be filming a couple of different things. Like we have things to film.
We do.
We're going to get into this.
Man, this might get ugly.
I hope we're not putting our lives in danger.
We might, like, how are we going to put it out there so people kind of keep an eye on us while we're doing it?
I don't know, but there's been people that have been put to death for less.
Fuck, AI is listening right now. Like they're already onto us.
We're not even going to make it.
Well, whatever.
All right, Lee. Well, thanks for coming on, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It's always good to have you here. And we have a fun weekend ahead of us here. Yeah. And we're going to have a blast.
It's warm.
It is. Well, yeah, we're in Phoenix.
Right.
There was no winter in 2025 into 2026. There was no winter. It's the first time I can ever remember there was no winter. And in March, was they had the earliest 100-degree weather in recorded history. That's what I heard.
I mean, for me, it's just relativity. Like Phoenix never has a winter compared to Seattle.
That's true.
Even in the coldest, that's why people snowbird here.
That's true.
So,
is there anything else you'd like to add, Lee, besides the conspiracy theory?
I'm actually kind of jazzed about this whole thing.
It's pretty wild.
Has anybody come up with this yet?
Not that I've heard. This is pretty wild.
Look, I mean, we connected some dots here.
We did. All right. For Lee Olson, I'm Josh. And as always, thank you for being a friend.